As the oceans continue to experience unprecedented heat waves, sharks are beginning to change where they go, what they eat, and even how they breathe. Welcome back to Tea of the Sea, and sharks are one of the oldest groups of animals on the planet. Existing for around 450 million years, they're older than trees. Throughout their almost half a billion year history, they have gone through countless challenges, including most of the major mass extinction events, including the Great Dying. Today, they occupy so many different niches, from deep-dwelling scavengers to reef-dwelling fish eaters to filter-feeding giants, apex predators, and some of the longest-lived animals in the world. But alongside all of that, they are also one of the most endangered groups of animals in the world today, with roughly 37% of all shark and ray species threatened with extinction. And alongside the big culprits, mainly overfishing and habitat loss, the ongoing climate crisis is a huge factor in their decline. Researchers are beginning to notice many shark and ray species altering their behavior in response to rising ocean temperatures. They're beginning to change what they eat, where they live, and even how they reproduce, which could cause some cascading effects on the marine ecosystem. Changes in temperature can affect many animals in many different ways, including how they breathe, when they reproduce, what they eat, and even how they grow. According to Valentina DeSanto, an ecophysiologist and biomechanist who studies the swimming processes in fish, for sharks in particular, these physical processes speed up as ocean temperatures warm, doubling every 10 degrees. This means that as oceans get warmer, the energy required to sustain themselves also increases. A lot of fish found in the lower latitudes of the Earth are beginning to move into the higher latitudes, seeking out those cooler waters as the tropics especially begin to warm. A consequence of this mass migration, though, is that a lot of fish aren't able to find enough of the food that they need in order to survive, and sharks are approaching this problem as well. And it doesn't help that overfishing is exacerbating the already growing problem that the marine ecosystems are beginning to face. Being apex predators, sharks are finely tuned to the availability of prey, and these changes can have a huge problem for them in particular. So it's no real surprise that we're beginning to see sharks shift their overall range. A lot of species are beginning to push into those higher latitudes, but we're also seeing a lot of shark species pushing into deeper water where it's overall cooler. And all of this is putting strain on their ability to survive and sustain their populations, and that's only going to continue being exacerbated as the planet continues to warm. The good news, silver lining around all of this, is sharks have been around for almost half a billion years and have gone through and survived all the previous mass extinction events. So if this was just a climate change problem, it is almost certain that at least some shark species would be able to survive and push through to diversify and take over the oceans as they've always been. But the problem now is, alongside climate change, fishing is now putting an even greater strain, an unnatural strain, on their ability to survive. The best thing that we, as the species causing these problems, can do is, one, reduce our effect on their world, but also establish conservation zones for these species where they can survive and thrive. If we can make the changes that we need to make, halt, if not reverse, the climate crisis, and establish these conservation zones where the most threatened species live, then we can not only stop their decline, we can initiate their recovery.